a report system for stakeholders of Trinidad and Tobago, done by Akil Joseph and Kavita Das. Summary of system. The database was created with the following intentions: for report generation, provision of a user-friendly interface, and for ease of accessibility for individuals. Background information. What is methane? Methane is a colorless, odorless gas that occurs abundantly in nature and is produced by human activities. It is the simplest member of the paraffin series of hydrocarbon and is considered to be the most potent of the greenhouse gases. The main sources of methane. Methane is mainly produced through combustion of natural gas and coal from anthropogenic activities. The definition for greenhouse gases is the various gaseous compounds such as carbon dioxide, methane, that absorb infrared radiation and trap heat within the Earth's atmosphere. The system was created using Microsoft Access. Access allows for the creation of tables, queries, and reports. This is made possible by creating relationship between tables. The relationship between the tables are formed by using the primary key and the foreign key. In summary, the foreign key references its primary key. There are three different types of relationships, two of which are used within this system. The first relationship is one-to-one, the second is one-to-many, and the third is many-to-many, the first two being used within the system. Components of the system are as follows. Tables, which exist within a database and consist of data relating to different subjects. Relationships, used to cross-reference information between tables. Forms, objects within the database used to apply controls to systems. For example, the login form, navigation form, registration form, just to name a few. Queries allows for compilation and manipulation of data from tables. And last but not least, reports, which consists of information for decision making and analysis. Who can benefit from this system? Persons such as lecturers, researchers, environmentalists, Met Office employees, industries, students, and even the members of the general public. This diagram gives an example of the steps of how an individual can access data. This next diagram shows the steps in which data must go through in order to give feedback or results to the user. The three main processes or steps are input, processing, and output. Success measures for the system. A valid login ID and password by an already registered user must be entered. The registration form must be filled out by new users in order to gain access to the MetCapture site. The fields with the asterisk in the registration form are fields that are compulsory and must be filled out in order to register. Once the user has access to the internet, they should have easy accessibility to the page. The navigation form or navigation page will be user-friendly and easily understandable. This allows for various types of users to navigate easily through the features with the least problems possible. Improvements for the future. A calculator will be considered in going forward. This will be added to the system to determine the quantity of methane emitted by both the whole country and an individual. Formulation of graphs will also be added to the system to improve the visual representation of historic and future projections of temperature and methane. Now we will have a system demonstration. Upon entering the database, the user would have to log in order to have access to specific features. This is a login form that the user will have to fill out. It requires a login ID and a password. For new users, there is a hyperlink that can take the user straight to the registration form where they can create an account. This is a display of the registration form and the necessary fields that the user would have to fill out. Once the user enters a valid login ID and password, they will be directed straight to the navigation form. The navigation form entails a ribbon with tabs such as data entry, search, reports, new user, admin page, and exit. Data entry is a feature that allows the user to enter data and store it in the database. The user can do this by filling out the fields and clicking Add Record, and it will be stored into the table. Once the user clicks Add Record, we can go to the table and verify that the record was added. Year 2038, average temperature 45.33, amount of methane per ton 28. The Search tab allows for the user to search relevant information pertaining to particular years. An example of this is shown. We can see that the user searched for the year 2002 and the average temperature for that year was recorded at 26.33 and the amount of methane per ton was recorded at 39. The user can also access reports such as the average annual temperature as well as the methane emissions for the various years. The admin page consists of two subtabs such as the user list and the user level. This tab would only be accessible by users who are listed as admin. We can see that this user, Calvin Pretty, is listed in the user table as an admin, therefore he has access to this page. An example will be shown for a user who is not listed as admin would not have access to this page. We can see that we changed Calvin Pretty in the user table from admin to user, and therefore he now does not have access to the admin page. Once the user is satisfied with any feature, the user can now navigate through to any of the tabs, and once satisfied can also exit the navigation form by clicking the exit tab.